welcome everybody to our inspirational interviews that we're doing with JenPolson.com. And I'm really excited to introduce our guest today, Siope Kinikini. I met Siope, gosh, how many years ago has it been?
I tried a long time. Yeah.
Tried to count it up.
Yeah.
We met in Provo, Utah in the Missionary Training Center when we were both learning Spanish to go serve missions. And you went to, where'd you go, Chile?
Argentina.
Argentina, that's right. And I got to go to Spain. And that's how we met. And sometimes you meet people in life that you just know are going to do amazing things and have a big impact on the world and the people around them. And Siope is definitely one of those. And I knew that from the first time I met you.
You're so nice.
Well,
nice.
I only speak the truth.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go.
So anyway, okay. Well, Siope has a degree in mental health counseling. Mm-hmm. And he works for a company called the Utah Youth Village in their Smarter Parenting division. And another cool thing about Siope is that he's a member of the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, which has been a dream of yours for a while, right?
Right.
Do you want to talk about that first, since that's kind of like the whole purpose behind these interviews is to talk to people who are living their dreams.
Oh, okay. So it's always been a dream of mine to join that. And when I was really young, my dad took me, and it was the first time I heard them live. I think I was about 8 or 9 years old. And when I heard the wall of sound coming from them live, I was just appalled by it. I was amazed by it. And I wondered what it would be like to be there. And as I got older, I found that in this period of my life, it was a good time to try. So it's a pretty rigorous audition process, but I decided I would try it. And my first impulse was to try it out and see what it was like. And then I didn't think I'd get in on the first try. I thought, okay, I'd probably go through the rounds maybe 2 or 3 times just to kind of know what was going to happen. And then finally get in maybe 2 or 3 times later. So I went through the process, and fortunately I was able to get in the first try. So, which is great for me. Yeah, I didn't think I would.
I've heard that's pretty stressful. It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, actually it starts in the summer of the year before you join, and there are 3 main audition processes, and then once you're accepted to be a part, you still have to complete another audition process, which is the school. So, if you don't pass the school, you're not in. And school it's about 5 months worth of schooling to finally be in. So you're not officially in. It takes about a year to become an official member.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's your time commitment to because you don't get paid for it, right? It's all volunteer.
All volunteer. Time commitment varies depending on what the project is. So if there is a big concert week, for example, in Christmas, we have one coming up in 2 weeks. It's something they do here in Utah where we're recording with the Utah Symphony. That'll take up, Sunday mornings and then rehearsals after the broadcast. And then we will be there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we're back again Sunday morning. So during those weeks of big things, it's every night except Monday. Monday's the only night we have off.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, so I remember you were like writing songs back a lot of years ago. So is that something that you kind of, you obviously have a great voice, but you've always had this interest in music. You played the piano, all that. Like, how did all of that lead up to, being able to be a member of the choir? How did that influence your life?
You know what? It's a weird process, but I think everything leads to something else. And so it started with basic interest in music. And my dad played the trumpet, and so he had me play the trumpet in elementary.
Mm-hmm.
And that was weird because, and junior high and high school. So I'm carrying this, instrument case. It's not cool, but I did it because I liked it.
Right.
And it just led from one thing to another. And then piano came along, and then, writing music was an extension of that. And so it starts with, I think, something small and then branches out. And this is kind of where I'm at in my life. Is one thing led to another, and then it finally led to this. So,
Cool.
yeah.
That's cool. So, will you tell us a little bit about your work with the Smarter Parenting?
Yeah, so Smarter Parenting is a website. It's a fairly novel idea. My work as a therapist is I used to go into people's homes and teach parents how to help their children and help the family. So the idea was that we could do this intervention so we wouldn't have to take the child out of the home.
Oh, yeah.
And to keep the family together. So the CEO of our company decided, why are we just doing this here in this area? Why don't we spread this around the world? And the best way to do that would be through the internet. So I'm taking everything that I've done and actually other people have done, and we're putting it online for free for parents. So just to help any parent out there who's dealing with a parenting issue, behaviors, that's what we're doing. So yeah, we're at smarterparenting.com, and that's what we do. We do it through lessons so parents can see other parents teaching their children.
Oh, okay.
So it's a lot easier than just telling parents what to do.
They actually get to see it modeled.
Right. They see it modeled, and then we provide all the other materials that they may need. So we have, chore charts and suggestions on how to do that, games and activities that parents can use to teach their children new behaviors. And we have it all online for free.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So if a family felt like they needed additional support, then what happens at that point?
So they can contact us directly, and we can do some coaching. The site is fairly new. We're still in beta. Mm-hmm. And so we have 4 skills. The 5th one will be coming up in the next week or so. And then we're continually adding. So there's different sections to the website, but they can contact us and we can coach them through it, whatever they're going through. So one of the interesting things in the coaching part, and we're just barely starting this, is we are partnered with Operation Underground Railroad.
Okay.
And they are taking this to children who've been rescued from sex trafficking in different countries.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so we are actually helping the people who are caretaking for these children after they're rescued.
Okay.
So my correspondence with the people in Uganda, for example, has been to help them figure out what's the best way to work with these kids to keep them from returning back to that lifestyle. So
I love that.
Yeah, it's super cool. So Uganda today, they're coming in today actually to do some filming for us, but they're headed out to Thailand actually on Wednesday. Okay. So we'll be reaching out to that group too. So it ranges. I mean, you don't have to have kids that are severely having problems.
Right.
But we do the gamut. We will coach any parent who's looking for help.
Yeah. Well, there's no such thing as a perfect family.
True.
No matter what your background is, I mean, we all bring our emotional stuff to our marriage and to our families, and I love taking the approach that it's each generation's responsibility to do better than the last one, and I think even through my own experience, letting go of. I want my children to forgive me for the mistakes that I make.
Right.
And I feel like it's my responsibility to forgive my parents too, and understand where they've come from and, the pain that they were in, and how that affected their parenting. And so, I mean, not that my parents were horrible or anything, but we all have our stuff and we all have our moments.
Right.
So what have you noticed, just what have you noticed in the process of like coaching families and like, yeah, anything?
You know, what I've noticed is that parents are largely focused on the problem. The problem can resolve if we focus on the relationship,
Okay.
you know, and building a stronger relationship tends to shape children's behaviors in a way that most parents don't realize.
Right.
And it's really kind of looking for more of the positives that are going on and accentuating those. Because once those come to the forefront, the child tends to adjust themselves to fit
Right.
what they're doing well. They actually will do more of what they're doing well rather than focusing on the negative.
Yeah.
That they tend to remember that, and that's what they're stuck on, and they get stuck. So
I I came across this affirmation the other day, and I felt like it was probably for me and my parenting. But it says, I choose to see the good that others are doing.
oh, perfect.
You know, and
Yeah.
I just, yeah, I really love that. I really, it's made me a lot more mindful about seeing, you know, not seeing the stuff left on the floor, not
Hmm.
seeing the jobs that were undone, but, you know, seeing what my kids are doing well.
Yeah, you know, just making that mind shift for some parents, it's hard. It really is hard because you don't want to neglect if they're doing something terrible. You want to
Right.
address them. But there's plenty good and bad, and if you're allowed to let them see both sides, they're more able to adjust to, you know, requests that you have or rules that you have. They're able to adjust to those. So
Right.
it's good. Positive, negative, you know, bring it on.
Bring it
Yeah,
on.
bring
I
it
love it.
on.
There
Right.
are solutions. There
There
are
they are.
solutions. And
Yeah.
there's help and resources
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
the purpose of our website is to provide it in people's homes where they
Mm-hmm.
can do it and they can adjust it to their family because, you know, it's not a cookie cutter format. Every family is going to be a little bit different. But
Right.
parents are really the authority of their kids and they know what's going to work and what's not going to work and they can adjust it according to what they need.
I
So,
love that. I
yeah.
love that.
Hmm.
Okay, so any of you guys that have some issues with kids, or do you help with marriage stuff too, or is it strictly parenting?
You know, it's strictly parenting.
Okay.
The skills translate, so we have an effective communication skill on our website right now, and you can use that really with anybody. I mean,
Right.
they're really general skills that, but once kids know that there are steps to follow, it tends to be easier for them to do them rather than, you know, kind of watching what you do and guessing if what they need to do in what situation. So,
Right.
yeah, you can translate the skills to anything.
Cool. I love
Yeah.
it. Such great things you guys are putting out into the world.
Yeah, we're
Love
so
it.
excited. This is going to be a big year for us because we just barely launched. So, but we're looking forward to the future. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun out there. So,
So how are you getting the message out? Like, how do people, like, I mean, we can obviously, we'll share the website, but
mhm.
are you guys going to be like giving seminars or doing conferences or big events that people can come to?
You know, we've participated in conferences and conventions just the past couple of months, and we're also presenting at different trainings. So I'll be attending a training for pediatricians. Talk about the
Oh,
resources we
cool.
have so they can hand them off to clients that they see. We attended a couple of conferences, big ones last year.
Mm-hmm.
So we attended a conference called the Inclusive Families Conference um, that dealt with people dealing with gender issues. We
Okay.
also attended the World Congress of Families last year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we're just branching out, reaching out to anyone who's looking for help, you know.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah, it's been good.
So tell me, you know, how does your work and how does participating in the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, I mean, what blessings has that brought to your life?
Okay, so the my work with helping families is obviously a passion of mine, and it fills my need to be productive and to create something that will outlive myself. you know.
Mm-hmm.
Being part of the choir it just refills my soul every week, because it can be pretty draining when you're dealing with problems all the time.
Yeah.
The choir is a way to rejuvenate and kind of kickstart me again for the next week, for the things that are popping up. So that balance, I need the balance, and I need both of them to function. You know,
Yeah.
if I didn't have the other one, I'd probably do more retail shopping or something, retail therapy, right? Which is a huge problem because I'm not wealthy, but I'd have to find an outlet to like get to. It's kind of my therapy in a way. Music is
Right.
therapy.
I
So
love that.
yeah, yeah.
So if you were to, give your best few, tips on, finding happiness and living your dream. I mean, obviously you're living it. Like you can tell you're just happy. You know what you need to rejuvenate. A lot of people don't take the time to rejuvenate and even realize that they need that. But what would be your best tips for anyone who's trying to figure out what their dream is or how to live their dream or just find that happiness?
I think take a walk would be great. I find that when I take a walk, I can clear my mind, and I mean taking a walk without electronics or anything. I mean, really is just walking and spending some time with myself to kind of be introspective, and then defining what it is that I need to do. What is my purpose? What is my purpose here on earth? And I think happiness has to be linked to something that will outlive ourselves,
Yes.
Like children, for example. People have children. Our children will outlive us, but they're our joy, and we invest a lot in them. And so I think I think you have to find something that will outlive you and focus some attention to that. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. That's kind of that for me. That's what's worked for me. And whenever I get to a point where I can't be resourceful, I'll take a walk, and it will be without anything. It just needs to be me by myself and just walking.
Right.
I don't have to go anywhere. I just have to be out in nature somewhere by myself so I can plug back into who I am.
I love that.
Yep.
Love that. Excellent. Well, thank you so much. Will you tell us again actually I did want to say one thing to everybody that if you haven't had the chance to go see the Mormon Tabernacle Choir live, I mean, why don't you tell us when they perform for free?
You know what? You can come on Thursday evening, Salt Lake City in the Tabernacle or the Conference Center. It starts at 7:30. The doors open, and we're there till 9:30. That's a rehearsal.
Okay.
So there's stopping and correcting, but you'll get to hear the choir there. Or you can come on Sunday mornings at 9:30 in the morning in the Tabernacle, and we do a 30-minute program there, and it's broadcast. So you can catch it live, but really, honestly, you need to come live. There's a difference between being there live and watching it on TV or on the internet.
Yeah, for sure.
Huge difference. So.
Well, I lived in Utah for so many years and went maybe, I could probably count on one hand the times. Now, every chance I get to go back to Utah, like I don't miss going. That's good. It is just so amazing, and so it just fills your soul.
It's great to come. And what's interesting is when we ask people who are visiting from out of state, the majority of the people in there. So I live in Utah, and I didn't even go like that much.
Right.
But yeah, if you're in town in Salt Lake, come by. We would love to see you. And look me up and contact me, and I will come say hello to you.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
I hope our viewers will take you up on that.
They should. They really should. Come to Salt Lake. I'll tell you where all the locals go to do stuff. I will.
Okay. So we say one more time the website to where parents can get all these really great resources for free.
Sure. You can find us on smarterparenting.com, and we're also on Facebook and Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter.
Oh, so hip.
Smarterparenting.com. That's the website.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on this interview, and it's great to spend a few minutes with you and reconnect. And
Yeah, it's great. Thanks
good
for
luck
having
with
me.
all of your projects.
Hey, you
We'll be
too.
watching for your name in lights.
Oh dear. I hope so, right? Not for like America's Most Wanted or anything. Oh gosh. Woo.
Awesome. All
Okay.
right, Siope, thanks so much, and
Thank you.
we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, we'll see you later.
Okay.